disgrace. There's disapproval all over your face. You think that just because I don't look like a cover girl, I'll never touch the stars or make a splash in the real world. You'll see that you were all about me all along. 'Cause you can't hold me anymore. So keep your eyes to yourself. Go tell your lies to someone else. 'Cause you are not really. You're just reflections in the mirror. You think that just because I don't look like a cover girl, I'll never touch the stars or make a splash in the real world. You'll see that you were all about me all along. 'Cause you can't hold me. Reflections don't tell all. Just two dimensions on the wall. It's time to stop telling the lies that beauty's what's seen outside. I thought that just because I don't look like a cover girl, I'd never touch the stars or make a splash in the real world. I see now that I was wrong, all about me all along. No more looking through those eyes. Now I'm done hiding what's inside.
Hey guys,
Welcome to our home again, the Nobriga house.
the Nobriga house.
Now, I must confess, we aren't completely live tonight. We are time traveling, actually. Did you know that? Were you aware of that?
I'm not acknowledging the time travel comment because there's only one Nobriga in this house obsessed with time travel.
I've been
and
trying
it's
to
not
figure
this
out how to
one.
work it in.
No.
So we are actually recording this the Saturday before, so this was last Saturday. And
Because
but-
I am out of town.
yes, so Katie is currently at a Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, literally as we speak, I'm at the Taylor Swift concert in LA. Not LA.
Yeah.
In Inglewood. We're not
Yes.
going to talk about Inglewood, but we are going to talk about the fact that right now I'm not dancing, but I'm likely singing.
Yeah, probably. But why aren't you dancing though?
Have you seen me?
This is true. This is true. It's probably
I'm
good-
a really bad
good you've
dancer.
seen it.
A really bad dancer. So anyways, we didn't want to miss out on a week with you guys. So we decided that even though we can't be with you live tonight, we still wanted to spend some time here. And James will likely be chiming in on the chats. And so he's around, he's working. I'm off playing, having a great time with a really good friend. And so wanted to hit you up with a couple of things first. Number one, if you've noticed from the beginning of the fact that we've been live streaming, we have had more than our fair share of actual technical difficulties. We have had late starts, we've had blank screens, we've had muted, we've had chipmunk.
That was a favorite.
That was a favorite. We've had to where the video and the audio aren't in sync with each other. We've had
and our first live stream was sort of that, and where it was getting very jumpy before I realized.
we've had jumpy and stuttering.
and
don't-
to fix that, I had to realize that we had to actually start bringing a video editing computer
my
from
gosh.
home to the studio
Every
and
week.
back and forth.
Yeah. So my point is that every week we have had some weird technical difficulty, and every week is something new. It's not what we had to deal with last week. It's something new. Except for literally last week or 2 days ago at this point. But last week for you guys was our first week where we had no actual technical problems, but I had a technical problem. So if you were with us last week, we wanted to do a night of worship, and I have been not feeling great and my throat's been bothering me, and I just halfway through our worship started coughing, couldn't get it under control, and so we kind of wanted to pick up where we left off last week. So in the description of this video, you will find a link to the Dropbox. And in the Dropbox, we are going to put, anytime we do a worship night, because sometimes we'll throw in worship like on a regular night. We probably won't be doing it for that. I don't know, we might. It just feels like a lot. But we will be putting, for worship nights, we're going to be putting lyric sheets in the Dropbox where it's just going to live, so it can always be referenced if you guys wanted to worship along with us. So in the description of this video, you will find the link to the Dropbox where you're going to find the lyric sheets for last week, July 27th. We are picking up where we left off because there's 3 songs that we really couldn't get through that are truly some of my favorite worship songs. So I wanted us to finish that. And then we had a couple other songs we wanted to share with you. One's an original, and one is just a really fun John Mayer cover that we have been singing together for years that we both really like a lot. So we had that for you. And in reference to our technical difficulties, we have also had one other thing, which we have tried to talk about probably 3 or 4 different times over the last couple of months. And every single time we try to talk about it, something goes wrong. We're muted. You can't hear what we're saying.
Well, even if we didn't have technical difficulties, it's good to talk about this.
Refresh everyone.
Because it's a very important thing of who we are, and it's good for people to know who are newer to our channel. Easy for me to say, you know. Newer friends. So for you newer friends, if you're curious, we wanted to kind of just give you a quick little rundown of why we are changing names, which I'm Katie, this is James. We are changing names. And so in trying, should I go back to the beginning or just make it real quick and concise? Try a little bit of both.
I don't know how to be quick or concise.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Don't have to go too far back, but yeah. I mean, here, I'll start off with the beginning of it.
Yeah, you start.
And then we can hand it off.
Perfect. I like that.
So Katie and I, when we got married, you know, we were both musical, and it was a super awesome answer to prayer to marry someone who sang and I could do music with. And it became,
and I needed a band.
Yeah, she needed her backup band, and she did end up marrying her backup band, as you've seen in our YouTube short, the only one we have right now.
Everything.
Anyways,
no, we're gonna have more by then.
Oh, good. By tonight, hopefully. Anyway, so which was last Saturday, which is
Welcome
I don't know,
to our
it's like
home.
the time travel. Anyways, going back to the name of our band. So we weren't a band at first, like friends we know.
We don't need to do that, but,
yeah, but I'm just saying, like friends or other artists.
We were solo artists, which was just me, basically.
Yeah,
and
I'm accompanying her.
You kind of in the background.
Right. So, and we did our first album. If you're a Patreon supporter, you'll see that purple album, as we're calling it.
We're not talking about the purple
It's
album.
Under Katie's first name and middle name, which thought, you know, this is a great artist name. So she still goes by Katie Joy in certain circumstances.
Meaning most circumstances. In fact, I even had a student say, wait, do you and James have the same last name? And I said, yeah, we do have the same last name. She's like, oh, I thought you had a different one. I'm like, no, that's my middle name.
And that's true. I guess that's pretty modern because some people are doing that now.
I know. But no, I do have the same last name. I sign off a lot of things as my artist name because we adopted that sort of alias persona, whatever, and it just never left me. Now he's the one with technical difficulties. You're coughing.
I'm fine.
I'm not. So anyways, So it just never quite felt right. And it really felt like it was missing something. We were missing something. And even though we were performing, we had recorded, and we like had stuff out under the name Katie Joy, it just never felt right. And so we were praying about what the next iteration of us as a musical couple looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to be a band because that actually felt like a better fit, and it felt like us. Because at the heart of changing names, it's really James and I. However, we have been blessed to have other musicians come alongside us, both in the creative, in the recording, and absolutely playing on stage. And so we were kind of praying about what that looked like. We were trying to come up with a name. You'll forever hear me joke about the fact that we almost called ourselves Veto, because that was the word that was thrown around the most. Like, he would come up with a name and I would veto it. I would come up with a name and he would veto it.
Yeah, if you're in a band, you know this process. You know how you
Yeah.
guys come up with all your names and write them all down, and you wrestle over until you come up with one.
Right. And we wanted something that meant something. We wanted something with a story behind it. And it's not just coming up with the name. The first is coming up with the name. Then you have to make sure it's not taken by another artist. Then you have to make sure that you can make it your own. So
So there's different levels to this name.
yeah.
And we'll touch on a couple of those levels. I think we touched on some of the big ones, but we'll kind of go over that. But there is this smaller level of the name when we first came up with it, that hey, we are literally changing our name to something new. How about just changing names? That's what Katie was telling me, and I laughed at first, but then I went, huh.
That's the response that everyone gives me.
Yeah. And we thought that was neat, because also it's nice to have a name where it begs a question, or incites a little bit of confusion, so.
It opens a dialogue.
There you go.
And so for us, the point of that dialogue, because the heart of who we are as a couple, as individuals, our ministry, our calling is to people in recovery. Because we have both been through recovery. And when I say recovery, like, I'm not just talking about substance abuse,
The big ones,
or being a victim of abuse. I'm talking, like, recovery is such a wide topic, because we are all in recovery from something.
It's the human experience. There's been
Totally.
something that even when we think it's little, we might have it buried, but consequences happen from any kind of
Just living
hurt.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so because of that, that is our heart, that's our calling, that's sort of our mission field is recovery. And so
Bringing things into the light and letting
absolutely.
them heal.
yeah, absolutely. And so that's the beautiful thing about changing names, because really that's kind of what recovery is.
It's
Is that
becoming-
you are
Becoming something new.
yeah, the Lord is healing, he's redeeming, he's restoring. And so in the Bible, there are many instances of that where you see the Lord do something, and there's sort of a separation between yesterday and today, where they're literally called by a different name. Saul has his road to Damascus experience where he comes face to face with Jesus Christ. And after that, he becomes Paul. People identify him differently because Paul is different than Saul. That was his past. That was who he used to be, not who he is. When Simon is called by Christ to follow him and to be a disciple and to be a literal fisher of men, he becomes Peter, and he is the rock that Christ is going to build his house and his church on. You see Jacob have his wrestling match with the Lord in the desert, and at the end of it, he becomes Israel because he is going to be the father of nations. I mean, I can keep going because there's more, but really at the heart of it, that is the story of redemption. That is the story of a new calling, a new season. And so that is at the heart of who we are. That is the story that we want to tell repeatedly, that you do not have to be today or tomorrow who you were yesterday or today. You don't have to. Every moment is a new opportunity to pursue healing, to pursue hope. And if you allow him, Christ will come in and he will change your story. We've experienced it ourselves. we've seen it in those that we know and love. We will shout it from the rooftops every time. So
yeah, and regards to another calling we feel in our music, in our performance, and in the ministry aspect of what we do is the idea of telling our stories as a married couple, speaking into marriage.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing that happens. You change your name when you become married, whether you do it the traditional way, the biblical way, or either way. You're like husband and wife. You're becoming something new. You
identify as something new.
Yeah, you're not each individual anymore. We become something new.
Right. And when I married you, and when it was an exciting, joyful thing when I got to legally change my name, that I identified as someone new. I still have my maiden name. It's still a part of me, but I am called by something new, and it means something different now. And so that is at the heart of our band, our calling, our heart, all of it. And so because I've tried to share this story and it's kind of been thwarted more than once, I really wanted to just get it out there. So we are basically going to be finishing up our worship set from last week. And so this first one is truly one of my all-time favorite worship songs that is always in my heart. It always can come to mind. Jesus, Jesus, Holy and Anointed One, Jesus, 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 risen and exalted One, Jesus, your name is like honey on my lips, your spirit's like water to my soul, your word is a lamp to my feet, Jesus, I love you, I love you, Jesus, Jesus, Holy and Anointed One, Jesus, 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 risen and exalted One, Jesus, your name is like honey on my lips, your spirit's like water to my soul, your word is a lamp to my feet, Jesus, I love you, I love when peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well.
It is well
With my soul.
with my soul.
It is well. It is well with my soul. My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin, not in part, but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, oh my soul. It is well.
It is
With my soul,
with my soul.
it is well, it is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when my faith shall be sight, the clouds be rolled back as a scroll, the trump shall resound, and my Lord shall be said. Praise the Lord. It is well with my soul. I count on one thing. The same God that never fails will not fail me now. He won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God who's never late is working all things out. Working all things out. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Oh yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh yes, I will. I count on one thing. The same God who never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God who's never late is working all things out. Working all things out. Oh yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Oh yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh yes, I will for all my days. Oh yes, I will, and I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against, and I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against, and I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against, and I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against. Oh yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Oh yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh yes, I will for all my days. Oh yes, I will all my days. Yes, I will.
So our worship portion is over. So hope that was a blessing to you. I know it was a blessing to the Lord, and would love for you to participate. If you haven't yet, go download the songbook from July 27th. Rewind it back, then you can worship again.
Hey, and your voice held out.
It did.
Yeah.
I know. So real quick, I don't want to. We had 2 more songs, and I think do we even have time for 2 songs?
Oh, we have 2 more songs?
Yeah. Do we have time for them?
I don't think we have time for them.
Okay.
But-
Well, then tonight is going to be a worship and a cover night.
Yeah.
So we have 1 more song for you, but before we do that, real quick, just a reminder, we just premiered our Razor's Edge music video. We're super excited, super proud of it. If you haven't had a chance yet to check it out, you can go to our channel, and it should be one of the top hits to watch the Razor's Edge music video, because again, James talked about our heart for marriage and recovery, and all of that is part of the Razor's Edge video and the message of the song. So highly
encourage you guys just to go check it out. Would love for you to do that. Another thing, we're super pumped. We just hit over 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is a big deal. First
And
time
it's
for us.
because of you guys, so we thank you so much for that. If
Yeah.
you want to continue supporting us as artists, there's a Patreon. It's patreon.com/wearechangingnames.
No, patreon.com/changing
totally
names.
wrong.
I know. But actually what
Me too.
I wanted to say is last week, as like a celebration for what we did,
yeah.
we did a little giveaway. So we will do another giveaway when we hit over 200. So if you want to see that, man, share our page with your family, with your friends, and then maybe you'll win a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, one more song. This is really fun. John Mayer that we love. So we're going to share it with you. I should not try to drum, should I? I am driving 85 in the kind of morning that lasts all afternoon, just stuck inside the gloom. 4 more exits to my apartment, but I am tempted to keep the car and drive, leave it all behind. 'Cause I wonder sometimes about the outcome of a silver-necklace life. Am I living it right? Am I living it right? Am I living it right? Why, Georgia, why? Rent a room and fill the spaces with wood and places to make it feel like home. All that feels alone might be a quarter-life crisis, just a stirring in my soul. Either way, I wonder sometimes about the outcome of a silver-necklace life. Am I living it right? Am I living it right? Am I living it right? Why, Georgia, why? So what? So I've got a smile on. Well, it's hiding the quiet superstitions in my head. Don't believe me. Don't believe me when I say I got down. Everybody's just a stranger, but that's the danger in going my own way. Guess it's the price I have to pay. Still, everything happens for a reason. Is no reason not to ask yourself, am I living it right?
guys so much.
Yes,
We're gonna head
thanks
on
for joining
over.
us. And James mentioned earlier, but you can also find us on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/changing names.
And that's where we're heading right now to do our second half an hour
Yep.
with the Patreon folks.
Where
So,
we are going to be unpacking and writing in real time.
a new song from our album. So
Yep.
if you want to become a Patreon supporter, you can go and
Check us out there and you can find all the information. Regardless, thank you for joining us. We hope that we were a blessing to you and have a great week.
bye.